Solovki archipelago is formed by more than 100 large and small islands in the White Sea. It is just a short hop, some 150 kilometers from here to the Arctic Circle. The sea is cold and unfriendly. Its color varies capriciously from milky to anthracite within minutes. For centuries, nature has been providing many challenges to man in this place. However, nature also shares its wealth generously. Here we collect laminaria and fucus, the main raw ingredients of our products.
Соловки это край мира, где царствует только природа, где даже дышишь иначе. Нереальный, холодный, пронзительный, кристально чистый воздух. И ощущение соответствующее. Стоишь, смотришь в морскую даль, а душа замирает. А вода чистая, прозрачная такая. Видно, как на глубине нескольких метров медленно и плавно колышутся большие листья ламинарии. Спокойная, нетронутая, суровая красота морского севера завораживает. Заставляет задуматься о хрупкости этого мира, о хрупкости самого человека.
Algae are the most ancient plants on the planet. They appeared about 1 billion years ago with their unusual properties that cannot often be found among dry land plants. Nature has preserved this precious source of natural wealth through the ages. And now, there are brown seaweeds around Solovki archipelago in the circumpolar White Sea. For centuries, people have been collecting algae for feeding and disease prevention. But it was not until the 20th century that scientists found the qualitative and quantitative content of macro and micro elements in seaweeds to be similar to the composition of human blood plasma, thus indicating the evolutionary connection of humans with the sea. Laminaria is a perennial plant growing at a depth of 10 to 12 meters. Algae gain value only by the second year of life. At this age, laminaria has accumulated sufficient amounts of polysaccharides, macro and micro elements, amino acids, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and vitamins. In the sea, you can also find fucus alongside with laminaria, or as it is called by Pomaria residents, sea grapes or sea oak. Many healing properties are attributed to this plant. This is because this algae has a lot of polyphenols and polysaccharides. One of them is fucoidan. It has antiviral, anti-tumor, and immune-regulating activities.
В Белом море ламинарию добывают вручную безопасными для природы способами. В заготовку подходят водоросли 2-3-летние, так как в них содержится необходимый уровень полезных веществ. Когда начинаются белые ночи, лодки заготовителей, карбасы, выходят в море по 2 раза за отлив. Собирают их специальными острыми косами. Затем водоросли привозятся на берег, сушат, защищают от туманов и дождей.
Algae are mowed only by hand, so as not to damage plants. In Norway, for example, mechanical dredges are used to collect laminaria. At Solovki, there was also an attempt to use a mechanical dredge half a century ago, but soon it became obvious that this method of mining had a strong detrimental effect on the algae population because of the specific seafloor. It takes years for the population to recover. Therefore, the mechanical method is not used to mow laminaria. The collected algae are brought to the shore for preliminary drying. The drying is also a manual process which involves hanging laminaria leaves on special dryers, hangers. Usually it takes up to 3 days. Major hazards in the process of algae drying result from rain, fog, and north wind, which brings moisture. This is called desalination. Therefore, in case of raining, algae are covered with tents or immediately removed and taken away. Slightly dried algae are stacked and shipped for production. The temperature of transportation and storage should be rather low in order to ship, allow, and process native raw materials without drying.
Ламинария – это, по сути, вся таблица Менделеева. Все, что нужно человеку, чтобы ежедневно восполнять весь запас нужных микронутриентов и не менее важных ультраэлементов, таких как золото, олово, бор, серебро. Ламинария богата хлорофиллом, витаминами, клетчаткой. Это кладезь полезных элементов. Но в привычном для нас виде, сухом или салатах, ламинария усваивается организмом человека в 8-9 раз хуже, чем в виде нашего продукта. потому что человек не может переварить клеточную стенку водорослей. А компания научилась получать клеточное содержимое растения, которое отлично усваивается, а клеточная стенка, растительные волокна, выполняют роль сорбента.
Fermentation in the sea wind ensures preservation of all useful properties of the plant. But in order to extract all the valuable substances that algae are rich with, you have to destruct a rigid cell membrane which protects the plant like an armor or skin. It took us years to extract from algae, safe and sound, all the valuable substances that a human body could assimilate almost completely. So, the more valuable is the product we produce. Arctic brown algae is a unique present made by nature itself as a recipe for all diseases. Phlorotannins in the composition of laminaria and fucus have a powerful antioxidant, hepatoprotective, anti-allergic, anti-tumoral, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and anti-diabetic effect on the body. Salts of bromine, cobalt, potassium, sodium, magnesium are abundant in brown seaweeds. In addition, brown gold of the White Sea contains proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins A, C, D, E, B1, B2, B12. Thanks to all these substances, algae are so healthy. It is a whole universe of health in one cell.
Технология получения геля из ламинария достаточно трудоемкая. Она разбита на множество этапов. Надо отметить, что достаточно сложен процесс не только обработки сырья, разрушения жесткой оболочки клетки, но и самой упаковки с последующим хранением. Дело в том, что продукт нельзя подвергать обработке высокими температурами, а консерванты мы просто не используем. Поэтому после получения готового продукта, фасовки его, мы храним его только в холодильнике.
Sea algae is something incredible. Just think about all the useful substances within one laminaria cell. It contains minerals, including microelements, organic substances, lipid pigment complex, fatty acids, pigments, polyphenols, nitrogen-containing substances, proteins and free amino acids, structural carbohydrates, alginic acids, fucoidan, cellulose, and reserve carbohydrates, mannitol, laminaran. Far away from civilization, from mainland, from the good and the evil, at the edge of the world, the magical life-maintaining plants grow. Winds, currents, high and low tides come and go. Large historical periods, and the earth itself changes. But a fragile balance of the North Sea with its wealth remains unaltered. And this is our chance to meet a new day on this planet.